Are you ready to transform your English speaking skills in just 5 days? This intensive challenge is designed to push you beyond your comfort zone and help you develop the clarity, confidence, and naturalness that characterize fluent English speakers. Over the next 5 days, you'll engage in focused daily exercises that target specific aspects of spoken English, building upon each day's progress to create lasting improvement in your communication skills. This isn't about becoming perfect in 5 days. Instead, this challenge will jumpstart your speaking practice, break through mental barriers, and establish habits that will continue serving you long after the challenge ends. Whether you're preparing for an interview, planning to travel, or simply committed to improving your English, this structured approach will deliver measurable results. How this challenge works. Each day focuses on a specific skill essential to clear, confident, and natural English speaking. You'll complete targeted exercises, practice activities, and self-assessment tasks designed to build momentum and create visible progress. The challenge requires approximately 30 to 45 minutes of dedicated practice each day, though you're encouraged to extend activities if time permits. Success in this challenge requires commitment, consistency, and courage. You'll need to speak out loud, record yourself, and possibly even practice with others. The discomfort you might feel is precisely where growth happens. Embrace it, push through it, and watch your speaking skills transform. Before starting day one, gather these materials: a smartphone or recording device, a notebook for tracking progress, access to English audio or video content, and most importantly, a commitment to showing up every single day for the next 5 days. Day 1. Breaking the silence barrier. The first day addresses the most common obstacle English learners face: the fear of speaking. Many students understand English well, but freeze when it's time to speak. Today, you'll break through that silence barrier and build the foundation for confident speech. Morning session. Self-talk practice. 15 minutes. Begin your day by narrating your morning routine in English. As you wake up, brush your teeth, make breakfast, and prepare for the day, describe everything you're doing out loud. Use simple present tense. I am turning on the coffee maker. The water is heating up. I am choosing what to wear today. This activity might feel strange at first, especially if you live alone, but that's precisely the point. You're training yourself to think in English and speak without the pressure of an audience. Don't worry about mistakes or perfect grammar. Focus on maintaining a continuous flow of speech. As you progress through your morning, challenge yourself to describe not just actions, but also feelings and thoughts. I feel tired this morning. I think I need more coffee. I wonder what the weather will be like today. Afternoon exercise. Picture description. 15 minutes. Find 3 interesting photographs online or in magazines. Set a timer for 5 minutes per photo and describe everything you see. Start with obvious elements: colors, objects, people, then move to details, interpretations, and imaginative storytelling. For example, if you see a photo of a busy street, I see a crowded street with many people walking. There are tall buildings on both sides. The sky looks cloudy. I notice a woman in a red coat. Maybe she's rushing to work. The street looks wet, so perhaps it rained earlier. This exercise builds vocabulary recall, improves descriptive skills, and trains your brain to produce continuous speech. The key is to keep talking for the entire 5 minutes, without long pauses. Evening task: record and reflect. 15 minutes. Before bed, record yourself speaking for 3 minutes on this topic: my goals for learning English and why fluency matters to me. Don't script it or practice beforehand. Press record and speak from the heart. After recording, listen to yourself. Don't criticize harshly, but note 3 specific things. One thing you did well, one area to improve, and one word or phrase you struggled with. Write these observations in your notebook. This baseline recording will be valuable for measuring progress. Day 1 affirmation. End your first day by saying this affirmation aloud 5 times. I am capable of speaking English clearly and confidently. Every word I speak is progress. Day 2, clarity through pronunciation. Day 2 focuses on speaking clearly by targeting pronunciation, enunciation, and the physical mechanics of producing English sounds. Clear speech doesn't require a perfect accent, but it does require proper articulation of individual sounds. Morning session, minimal pairs practice, 20 minutes. Minimal pairs are words that differ by only one sound, like ship and sheep, or fan and van. These exercises train your mouth to produce distinct English sounds accurately. Practice these sets, pronouncing each word slowly and clearly. Bit, beat, bat, bet. Think, think, sink. Light, right, lied, ride. Full, fool, pull, pull. Day, they, dare, there. Say each word 3 times, then use them in sentences. I think about this problem. I sink in deep water. Record yourself and listen carefully. Can you hear the differences clearly? Next, practice tongue twisters that target challenging sounds. Start slowly, focusing on accuracy rather than speed. Red leather, yellow leather. R and L sounds. She sells seashells by the seashore. S and SH sounds. 33 thieves fought, they thrilled the throne. TH sound. Repeat each tongue twister 5 times, gradually increasing speed while maintaining clarity. After shadowing, record yourself speaking the same segment alone without the original audio. Compare your recording to the original. Notice differences in stress patterns, linking between words, and overall rhythm. Evening task. Reading aloud with focus, 15 minutes. Select a passage from a book, news article, or blog post, approximately 300 words. Read it aloud 3 times, each with a different focus. First reading, focus exclusively on pronouncing every word correctly. Slow down, articulate clearly, and ensure every sound is distinct. Second reading, focus on natural rhythm and flow. Group words into meaningful phrases, pause appropriately, and let the reading sound conversational rather than robotic. Third reading, focus on expression and meaning. Imagine you're reading to an audience. Use appropriate emotion, vary your pitch and volume, and bring the text to life. Record this final reading and note the difference between when you focus solely on pronunciation versus when you added natural rhythm and expression. Day 2 challenge. Find one English sound you consistently struggle with. Create a list of 10 words containing that sound. Practice these words 20 times each throughout the day in different contexts and sentences. Day 3, building conversational confidence. Day 3 shifts focus from pronunciation mechanics to interactive speaking. Today, you'll practice thinking on your feet, responding naturally, and maintaining conversational flow, skills essential for real-world English use. Morning session. Question-answer rapid fire. 20 minutes. Prepare a list of common conversation questions. Set a timer and answer each question out loud for exactly 1 minute without stopping. If you finish your thought before time is up, elaborate, add examples, or provide additional details. The goal is continuous speech. What did you do yesterday? Describe your ideal vacation. What are your hobbies and why do you enjoy them? Tell me about your family. What's your favorite food and why? What are you currently learning or studying? Describe a challenge you've overcome. What makes you happy? This exercise trains you to expand answers beyond 1 or 2 sentences, a crucial skill for interviews, small talk, and building rapport with English speakers. Afternoon exercise, impromptu speaking, 20 minutes. Write these topics on separate pieces of paper. Technology, education, travel, food, environment, health, friendship, work, movies, books. Shuffle them face down. Draw one topic randomly. Set a timer for 2 minutes and immediately begin speaking about that topic. No preparation, no script, just speak. Cover any aspect of the topic that comes to mind. If you get stuck, ask yourself questions. What do I think about this? What's my experience with this? Why is this important? Complete this exercise with 5 different topics. The discomfort of not knowing what to say next is exactly what this exercise addresses. You're training yourself to think and speak simultaneously in English. Evening task. Simulated conversation, 15 minutes. Choose a common scenario. Ordering at a restaurant, asking for directions, making a phone call to schedule an appointment, or returning an item to a store. Act out both roles, yourself and the other person. For example, if practicing a restaurant scenario, you. Hello, I'd like to make a reservation for 2 people. Host. Certainly. What date and time? You. Tomorrow evening at 7 p.m., please. Host. Let me check availability. Yes, we have a table available. May I have your name? Continue the conversation for at least 5 minutes, making it as realistic as possible. Include potential complications. The time is not available, you need to change the reservation, or you have dietary restrictions to mention. Day 3 reflection. Record yourself answering this question for 3 minutes. How has my speaking improved over the past 3 days? What still feels challenging? Day 4, naturalness through expressions and idioms. Day 4 focuses on sounding more natural and less textbook-like. You'll learn to incorporate common conversational expressions, idioms, and conversational phrases that native speakers use constantly. Morning session, expression integration, 20 minutes. Study these common conversational expressions and their usage. Agreeing and acknowledging. I see what you mean. That makes sense. I couldn't agree more. You've got a point there. Buying time to think about. Well, actually, that's a good question. Let me think about that. To be honest, transitioning topics. Speaking of which, that reminds me. On a different note, by the way, Create a mini conversation using at least 6 of these expressions. Record yourself playing both roles in a dialogue about planning a weekend trip with a friend. For each idiom, create 2 sentences, one explaining a situation, one using the idiom naturally. Speak them aloud. Yesterday I was feeling sick with a cold, so I stayed home from work. I was really under the weather. Then, create a story incorporating all 5 idioms. Make it creative and memorable. The story doesn't need to be realistic. Humor and creativity help you remember the idioms better. Evening task, phrasal verb conversation, 15 minutes. Phrasal verbs are essential for natural English. Practice these common ones. Get up, wake up, show up. Put off, call off, set up. Run into, come across, bump into. Figure out, work out, sort out. Look forward to, look up to, look after. Create a story about your day using at least 10 phrasal verbs. Record yourself telling the story as naturally as possible, as if talking to a friend. I woke up late this morning because I put off setting my alarm last night. I had to hurry to show up to my meeting on time. On my way, I ran into an old friend I hadn't seen in years. Day 4 challenge. Throughout the day, every time you speak English, try to include at least one expression, idiom, or phrasal verb you learned today. Track how many you successfully use. Day 5, fluency and flow. The final day brings everything together, focusing on fluency, the smooth, effortless flow of speech that characterizes confident speakers. Today you'll work on reducing hesitation, linking words naturally, and maintaining momentum in your speech. Morning session, stream of consciousness speaking, 20 minutes. Set a timer for 10 minutes and speak continuously about anything that comes to mind. Don't plan, don't pause for more than a second or two, and don't criticize yourself. Let thoughts flow freely from topic to topic. Start with something simple, what you see around you. Then let your mind wander. I see my coffee cup. Coffee reminds me I need to buy more at the store. The store was so crowded last time I went. Crowded places make me think about... The goal is uninterrupted speech flow. When you notice yourself slowing down or getting stuck, use fillers naturally. Actually, these fillers are tools, not mistakes. They keep your speech flowing while you organize thoughts. After attention, complex topic discussion, 20 minutes. Choose a topic that requires thoughtful discussion. Environmental challenges, benefits of technology, importance of education, or work-life balance. Speak about this topic for 5 minutes, addressing multiple aspects. Your opinion on the topic, reasons supporting your opinion, potential counter-arguments, examples from your experience, conclusions, or recommendations. Structure your speech like a mini presentation, but speak naturally, not formally. Use transition phrases to move between points. First of all, in addition to that, on the other hand, for instance, to sum up. Record this session and listen back. Notice how well you maintain flow and connection between ideas. Evening task, conversation simulation, and final recording, 20 minutes. Imagine you're at a social event meeting someone new. Have a simulated conversation covering these topics in order. 1. Introductions and greetings. 2. Small talk about the event or weather. 3. Discussion about work or studies. 4. Sharing hobbies or interests. 5. Making plans to meet again or exchanging contact information. Play both roles, making the conversation feel natural and authentic. Include appropriate responses, follow-up questions, and natural transitions between topics. After this exercise, create your final challenge recording. Speak for 5 minutes on this topic. what I've learned about English speaking in the past 5 days, and how I'll continue improving. Compare this recording to your day 1 baseline recording. Notice improvements in clarity, confidence, fluency, and naturalness. Celebrate these wins. Post-challenge, maintaining your momentum. Completing this 5-day challenge is a significant achievement, but real transformation comes from continued practice. The habits you've built this week should continue beyond the challenge. Create a sustainable practice routine incorporating elements from each day: self-talk or narration practice, pronunciation exercises, conversation practice, expression and idiom learning, and fluency-focused speaking. Even 15 minutes daily maintains and builds upon your progress. Consider these next steps. Find a conversation partner or language exchange, join English speaking clubs online, participate in discussion forums, or challenge yourself to speak English in real-world situations regularly. Track your speaking practice in your notebook, note new expressions learned, successful conversations, challenges overcome, and areas still needing improvement. Every month, record yourself speaking on the same topic to measure long-term progress. Troubleshooting common challenges. If you struggled with certain days, that's normal and valuable feedback. Day 2's pronunciation exercises might have felt difficult. This indicates pronunciation should be an ongoing focus area. Day 3's conversational confidence exercises might have caused anxiety. More practice with low-stakes speaking situations will help. If you missed today, simply pick up where you left off. This challenge isn't about perfection. It's about progress and establishing better habits. If a particular exercise was too difficult, modify it to match your current level, then gradually increase difficulty. Remember that everyone's English journey is unique. Some people naturally excel at pronunciation, but struggle with conversational fluency. Others speak confidently, but need pronunciation refinement. Use this challenge to identify your specific strengths and areas for growth. The real secret to speaking success. This 5-day challenge taught you techniques and gave you practice, but the real secret to speaking English clearly, confidently, and naturally is simple: consistent practice and courage. You must be willing to make mistakes, sound imperfect, and push beyond your comfort zone regularly. Confidence doesn't come from being perfect. It comes from accepting imperfection and speaking anyway. Clarity improves with practice and feedback. Naturalness develops through exposure and mimicry of authentic English. The skills you've practiced this week: pronunciation clarity, conversational thinking, natural expressions, and fluency will serve you throughout your English journey, but they only improve with continued use. Make speaking English a daily habit, not an occasional activity. Your English speaking ability is like a muscle. This challenge was an intensive workout that showed you what's possible. Now maintain and build that strength through regular exercise. Speak English every day, seek opportunities to use what you've learned, and never let fear of mistakes silence you. Final thoughts. Over these 5 days, you've broken silence barriers, refined pronunciation, built conversational confidence, learned natural expressions, and developed greater fluency. These aren't just skills. They're evidence that you can improve rapidly with focused, consistent effort. Take a moment to acknowledge your commitment. Many people want to improve their English. You actually did something about it. You showed up every day, practiced even when it felt uncomfortable, and pushed yourself beyond previous limitations. The question now isn't whether you can speak English clearly, confidently, and naturally. You've proven you can. The question is, will you continue? Will you maintain the momentum you've built? Will you keep pushing forward even when this structured challenge ends? Your English speaking journey didn't end today. In many ways, it's just beginning. You now have the tools, techniques, And most importantly, the evidence that dedicated practice produces real results. Use them. Keep speaking. Keep improving. Keep believing in your ability to communicate effectively in English. Your voice matters. Your thoughts deserve to be expressed clearly. Your confidence will grow with every conversation. Speak up, speak out, and speak proudly. You've got this.